Welcome to Blinds Abroad.
Hey everyone, welcome to our very first Blinds Abroad Reflective Perspective. Today we are going to talk about just anything that's on our minds. And so I guess we'll just start off with some comments that I've heard from anonymous people who are back in America, and I thought it was important to address some things that have been mentioned as of late.
Poison and murder.
No. Um, I guess I'll just preface this by saying I know that all of these comments are coming out of genuine concern and care, but sometimes they feel a little bit, I guess I would say, stifling, perhaps, and maybe like my judgment, or I don't know, I guess training that I have for life may be in question.
What comments?
So some of the comments that I've heard are, for example, when I'm crossing the street, people are very concerned that I might not see the traffic that's coming towards me from either side. And when I have tried to go and then I stop and get back up on the curb because I don't feel safe, that everyone is terrified that I'm going to get hit or something's going to happen. I've also heard comments like, you should have someone to go with you to different places around you and help you and like be your friend.
Oh, like a little child.
Yeah.
I can hold your hand while you cross the road if you like.
Yeah. Um, and I I suppose the only way I can say this is that when I decided to come over here to England to be with Cleaves, I knew that the support system that I would had in America was going to go away completely. I tried to do the best I could to contact some people to get some extra help here because I didn't want everything to fall onto Cleaves. And what I mean by that is he was already doing enough by literally having to show me how to work all of the appliances in the house and where things like simple things like light switches and wall sockets or wall outlets were, and just where the furniture was, where all the dishes were, all of those simple little things. So I wasn't, running around trying to find things. We had to do that. Plus, we had to learn how to, be together 24/7, which is something completely different from just chatting.
I thought you were going to say painful.
No, of course not. Um, it was different from, just chatting online or texting all the time. And I didn't want him to have to be burdened with showing me around the town. He said he would, and I knew he would help me with everything, but I just felt like this is too much for him to take on. It's not fair.
We still
And
do that stuff though. We've done like walks and stuff like that together and
yeah,
around the neighborhood.
yeah, but
Get on the
I,
buses together.
yeah, but I didn't want it to all fall on you. I wanted to be as prepared and independent as I could, because when you had come to America, you had seen me in a situation where I was living with family, and I, just because of where they are geographically in the neighborhood, it would take about 20 minutes to get to the main road and then more walking to get to different places. So we just Ubered everywhere. You had to show me how to use Uber for the first time because I'd never done that either. And so I knew coming over here, I'd put a lot of pressure on myself to say, okay, you've got apps and Seeing AI, Soundscape, Google Maps, uh, Ira, which we can talk about in another video, Uber, um, as many things as possible to help me be as independent as I could, just because I didn't want it to land on you. And then on top of that, I even contacted a couple of charities here who could possibly help me with orienting myself to the neighborhood. Um, and one of them got back to me and said, we can try to help you, but since you're not a citizen here, we don't know how much we can offer you, if anything, and they couldn't in the end. We also tried contacting the council, and obviously that didn't work out either. Probably because I'm a citizen and just council issues, which the council is like the local city government. And then there was another charity that I contacted who didn't even get back to me at all. Plus, I reached out through um, the religious organization that I am involved with for some help, just to see if there was some people who could help over here. And they also didn't get back to me. And I just thought, well, that's okay. I've tried to be proactive as possible, and it didn't help.
We're more of a nation of people that like to teach a man to fish. As in, you teach someone how to do something and then they can do it themselves rather than the other person having to rely on them all the time. And that's all right for me to say because I lean on my friends a fair amount, especially when we're going out. So I've had to learn how to do a lot of things myself as well when I'm out with May because, with two people being blind, I'm having to almost swallow my pride somewhat and just ask strangers for help and things like that to get around. But you do these things. It's I wouldn't expect other people to be by my side constantly or doing what I would deem to be quite basic activities, but that's me,
What would you consider basic activities?
like crossing a road.
Mm.
But then I've done it like for years and years and years. So,
Where did
I don't have to
you,
drive everywhere like in America.
Mhm. Where, after, when you turned 18, did you live with your family until you were,
Nope, I was straight out the door.
mm,
Went to uni, completely different town. About 3 hours, yeah, about 3 hours away from where my parents lived. Had to figure everything out there as well. That was all totally new. Have to tell everyone again, inside conditions, what you can and can't do, what you might need help with. But you just do it. Get on with it.
mm.
Um,
And that's what I knew on this when I decided to come here. I was like, okay, I have no problems talking to people. Cleves knows that. I can talk to anyone and make friends everywhere. So I wasn't worried about that. I also wasn't worried about self-advocating for just for what I needed, which is another topic we can discuss on a future, what did we call it? Reflective perspective. Sorry, we just came up with that name seconds before we turned the camera on. Um, but I guess I just want to let everybody know that I'm all right. I'm okay. I'm not going to do anything that would put my life in jeopardy. Not the quiz show, but I do like that show. But I'm very, very cautious about the things that I do, like crossing the road. If I don't feel safe at all, I will not cross. There's just been points where I've thought it was safe, and then I've heard a car a ways off, and I just thought, no, it's not safe. Going to new places, and it's it's like I don't even know.
I think it would be better if the comments were probably more supportive rather than they seem almost like catastrophizing sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the worst thing could happen. Yeah, it could, but then it could happen to anyone, anytime, anywhere. You just got to get on with life. Can't spend every waking moment worrying about what's the worst thing that could happen. That's my perspective anyway. That's my perspective, reflection, whatever it was, reflective perspective.
Good job. In remembering the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want everybody to know, thanks for your comments. Keep them coming. I appreciate them. Just know that I am safe over here in everything that I do. I'm not doing crazy things, or I might have to talk to a lot of people to get some help, but everybody over here has been really lovely. I'm always, dare I say, vigilant, in public, just being a woman and blind and as tiny as I am, if you know how small I am. I do know that there is a potential for more, just living in the world that we live in. There's a potential for other things that could happen. But I am very vigilant, and I am really like, on my guard. I'm protective. I'm not just going to anyone. for help, you know. Um, but uh, yeah, I've already put so much pressure on myself trying to be independent for, what I felt I needed to do to show Cleves I knew what was, what I had to do for life since I really never have lived away from home until now, that I think I'm doing okay. And just like I said before, sometimes those comments can feel a little just like people don't really trust me, and that kind of bring that, well, not kind of, it does bring me down. It makes me feel, you know,
You're
not,
doing a good job, mate. Considering you're in a place that is alien in every respect, I think you're doing a great job,
thank you.
and I wouldn't worry about it. And also keep keeping the comments coming in.
Hmm.
We will discuss them.
Hmm.
And good or bad, like if it's constructive, we'll talk about it. We like to hear from everyone.
Yeah, we do.
So please like and subscribe. Please send us your comments. Please send us your feedback, and we'll keep running the show. Are you sufficiently reflected, perspected?
I am, yes.
Good. All right. Until next time.
Bye.
Thanks
For watching and listening to Blinds Abroad.
And follow us on socials and YouTube at Blinds Abroad, or email us at blindsabroad@gmail.com.
Join our community. Remember to like and subscribe.